Hey guys, this is Aisha with Homestead Healing. I just wanted to give a review of the blessing and harvest of 2024. 2024 was an awesome year, and I'm so thankful to Yah for all the blessings He's given us. Hey guys, welcome back to the Homestead for Healing. I am here with some special homestead helpers today. Here we have my two sons helping with the build of the chicken house. My oldest son, Kai, he is in college for construction and he works. So anytime that I'm able to get his help is always much appreciated. My youngest son here, Micah, such an inquisitive child. It's such a joy to just have the family come down and help out on the homestead. We're not currently living on the homestead, but we are, in the process of making preparations. So when we do get to the homestead, that we're comfortable and as self-sufficient as possible when we're there. This is Makai helping me fill up some of my garden beds with the compost from the cleaning that we had done. We cleaned up some underbrushing earlier this year. My mom found my dad's last beer and she was so excited about that. It was such a happy moment. This is my great niece, great nephew, and my son. We're moving some logs and sticks out of the way and raking up some leaves. Here we have Rose. She's my dad's coon dog. Unfortunately, we had to put Rose down this year. She suffered from a terminal illness, and it was just advised that we put her down. So rest in peace, Rose. So anyone who knew my dad knows that he loved his hunting dogs, and although they were retired, they were such a joy to just have on the homestead. They often look like they were smiling in these pictures. So one day I was just walking outdoors and there was a little turtle sitting on a piece of bamboo. He was so cute. I was cutting wood another day and there was a lizard who just wanted to come by and say, "What's up?" From farm to table, we'll start with our blueberries. So I bought a few blueberry bushes and the blueberries were delicious, y'all. Like, the store has nothing on homemade or homegrown blueberries. They were just awesome. They barely made it from the tree to the house, but when they did, I would make blueberry pancakes, just eat them as they were, put them in smoothies. And yeah, like, I can't wait until this next harvest where maybe I can try out blueberry muffins and just try some other recipes with homemade blueberries. Also had blackberries that were growing out there that I did harvest. My dad has a couple crab apple trees and pear trees as well. So I only got one little bulb on my peach tree. The ants ate that, so I didn't get any peaches this year, but hopefully next year we will. These are pictures of just where I started the tomato seeds and pepper seeds indoors, so I would have an actual transplant to plant out when the weather got warm. So that's just kind of what you see here. And then I took those transplants and I planted them into a garden bed. And then in the garden bed, you can see here, there's like a lot of green little tomatoes there. I'm not sure if you can see them well in that picture. Some of my plants suffered from a little bit of disease on the leaves, but the harvest was still awesome. I had beefsteak tomatoes, I had cherry tomatoes, Roma tomatoes. Here's one of many harvests where I just harvested some of the cherry tomatoes and some basil out of the garden. So when I was harvesting the tomatoes, I really could not eat them fast enough. There were just so many, so I decided to get into canning. So I would can the tomatoes, basil, and garlic. With that, you can make different pasta sauces and things like that. Add them to soups. This is my basil. And with the basil, I actually started making like a basil powder for seasoning. And with those, I actually made some homemade lasagna. And I used that basil seasoning to help season the lasagna. So it was actually really good to have like those fresh herbs in there. Oh, it was delicious. Next, we have our fig trees. The figs, they were producing really well. I could not keep up yet again. So with the figs, I decided to make a fig preserve. So again, I took some of the figs and I just boiled them down, and I ended up canning them up, making fig preserves, which I used on toast, and it was delicious, y'all. There is something about growing or having your own stuff like right there at your disposal. Muscadines, I wanted to make or get into making muscadine wine. I did harvest some muscadines, but I never got around to being able to make any wine out of them. Some of my harvests were like kale, cabbage, things like that. Some of the greens, some lettuce. This is my first year like gardening in garden beds, so I am very pleased with the learning and the trials and everything that came along with it. I think it actually makes you or shapes you into a better person, to be honest. This is some kale with that. My sons and I would do smoothies and juice. So, being in the medical field, I always think it's so awesome to know about natural herbs, things that naturally grow. And mullein was one of the ones that I found growing on the homestead. I wanted to be able to, give me some seeds to supply this area again. So, I don't want to cut it or kill it. I want it to continue to produce for the homestead, for my family, and for my friends who are into this. So that's what I cut from there. I just kind of left it like that, and I will just go to the next one. And some of these, I'm just going to wait until they get a little bigger. But for the ones that do have a good size on them, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take that second layer of flowers, or leaves rather. The second layer of leaves. I'm going to go home, I'm going to wash these off, and then I'm going to hang them up to dry. And over here in my little box, because this is all I had right now, you also see some goldenrod there that I have harvested. I'll be washing that off and drying it out as well to make teas and tinctures. Look at this beauty. Like, it is just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It makes me not even want to cut it. It is beautiful. Thank you, y'all. Like, this is just so beautiful. And guys, I'm not a doctor, so please consult with your doctor before taking any type of medicinal herbs. It can be contraindicated depending on your medical diagnoses and any type of medications you're taking, so please consult with your doctor. So I got my baby chicks in June of 2024, and let me tell y'all, these things grow so rapidly. Like, I knew they were rapid growers, but gracious, like they grew very fast. But there's something that's very rewarding to watch chicks grow from little day-old chicks to laying hens. Okay, guys, so I was just out here throwing the scraps to the chickens, and like every day, like I come in and I check to see if we have eggs. So guess what today, guys? So I opened this up, and look what I see. There are 2 eggs. I am so excited. Oh my God, y'all, my first 2 eggs. That is so exciting. So those chocolate brown eggs. So my dad, he free ranged his chickens, but I did end up revamping his old chicken coop. So videos on that to come. Okay, guys, here is the container. I'm so excited. It's happening, y'all. It's happening. So yeah, guys, that's just a brief summary of the things that we've been doing on Homestead Healing. All praises to Yahuwah for all the many blessings that he's given us. And I am just so thankful to my father for his legacy. He may be gone, but he will never be forgotten. We miss you, Dad.